Okay, so what the hell are they hiding at Devil's Punchbowl? Allow me to introduce you to a man named Jonathan O.J. Now, on the surface, some might say that John O.J.'s life was pretty much the definition of success. He was an accomplished Army veteran, having served as a Special Forces paratrooper. I'm telling you, he was elite. John went on to become a longtime deputy with the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, working as a canine handler for their Special Enforcement Bureau. John spent his free time training for ultramarathons and climbing mountains. And so on June 11th, 1998, John parked his white Ford pickup truck in the Devil's Punchbowl parking lot. He threw on his green day pack and he set out for a trail run around Mount Baden-Powell. The time was about 11:45 in the morning, and he had told his wife Deborah that he'd be home from his adventure sometime in the evening, say right around when it gets dark. And not long after he started his run on June 11th, he was seen first by that class of children. He told the teacher that he was likely going to be out until around sunset, which matches the story that he told his wife. John eventually said goodbye to the school children and continued on his run. And then later, a jogger fitting John's description was spotted by two camp employees. And then the next sighting of John allegedly occurred at 6 p.m. that very same evening, where another employee claimed to have seen John with his green backpack and all walking through the parking lot back to his white Ford pickup truck. And then not long after that, a local reported something extremely unsettling to another park employee. They said that they heard one single gunshot in the Devil's Punchbowl area. John did not come home that night, and his wife Deborah hadn't even gotten a phone call from him yet. And so obviously she began to worry. By 11 p.m., she finally had to make that call, right? A call that no one should ever have to make. She called the police and she reported John missing. Authorities arrived on the scene and immediately sealed off John's truck as a potential crime scene, right? And over the next few days, they used thermal imaging to kind of scan the area. They drove around on ATVs and they even busted out an Army Black Hawk attack helicopter in order to look for this man. I mean, what could have happened to John to keep him from coming home? I mean, maybe John was running and he took a misstep over a rock or a branch or something. Maybe he fell down into a ravine and was too far out of reach for search and rescue crews. And of course, the Devil's Punchbowl area is also home to mountain lions and dangerous snakes, so maybe he had some sort of run-in with wildlife. All these theories were initially being floated around, but it didn't take long before an alternative theory, we'll say, began to surface. Now, since John was a police officer, could there have been a much more sinister, even criminal explanation for his disappearance? Despite an intense search of the Devil's Punchbowl area, John was never found. That's right, they never found him or any sign of him out there. To this day, that remains true, and the police ultimately ruled his death as self-inflicted.